Knicks back on the road where they're 4-8 this season against a Magic team that's 5-8 at home. As we look at the starting lineups brought to you by Infinity. And this is the starting lineup for Mike Woodson that he envisioned back in training camp. Now that Felton is back in as the starter at the point. Meanwhile, Nelson on the front follow. Vucevic, Glenn Davis, and the Long Islander, Tobias Harris, for head coach Jacques Vaughn. As we get set for tonight's tip-off, let's check in with Tina Savasio. Hey, Tina.
Hey there, Mike. You know, the Knicks are still reeling about the way they lost to Memphis the other night, especially the way they were out-rebounded 56-29. And Carmelo said it, you cannot win a basketball game when you have rebounding numbers like that. What the coaches are talking to the players about and the challenge that they have tonight when they take the court is pretty simple. First of all, everybody has to make an effort. Mike Woodson says it's not a front court thing. One, everybody's got to block out. You have to be more physical. And two, and most important, you have to be the one to hit first. That's how you win the rebound. Mike?
Yeah, Tina, Mike Woodson said watching the tape of that game was embarrassing, including or mainly because of the rebounding edge. And for a couple of times he's questioned the effort. The team, you see a little camaraderie here to start. There's more of kind of a line as they're going out, trying to do anything to get themselves going, to get on the same page, to get that cohesiveness that was so evident last year. It just has not been anywhere on a regular basis. Last time they played this Magic, that was perhaps the high point of the season where they had won back-to-back games. Trying to get some confidence building here tonight in Orlando. Nelson and Felton, one of the matchups. Bargnani's on Davis. Certainly has the height advantage, but Davis, for a big guy with quickness, and go out and knock down a jumper. Meanwhile, Tobias Harris is on Anthony. Harris, a young defender, but we've seen him do a pretty good job a couple of times, Clyde.
Yeah, he's 6'9", so long arms, very aggressive now on Melo.
Bargnani holding the ball to just 2 left on the shot clock. Shumpert's going to have to launch one, and that's in and out. Watching Shumpert a lot, Clyde, recently before games in terms of his shooting, and even in his warm-ups has been off a bit. He was red hot tonight. He was in a nice groove. Walked off the floor in warm-ups, sweating, looking like he felt comfortable. That was a tough first shot to take with the shot clock winding down.
Yeah, they wanted Melo. Harris did a good job denying him.
Bargnani, good move to the basket over the much shorter Davis.
Yeah, Davis previously scored on Bargnani from 15 feet away. Bargnani wheeling and dealing to the hoop this time.
Meanwhile, Shumpert is on Aflalo, their leading scorer. He's had some huge games this year. Anthony picks him up on the switch. Nelson spots up and hits a 3.
They make 7 threes a game. Nelson, one of the best on the team.
Last year, they were an awful three-point shooting team, 29th in the league. This year, they're all the way up to 13th. It's an improved area for this team as Chandler's jump shot misfires. Fight for the rebound. Shumpert couldn't grab it. Vucevic has it.
Vucevic among the leaders in bounding with 11 a game.
Shumpert deflects it out. Magic have lost 4 straight here at home. They were 5-4 at home at one point before this losing streak. But a lot of their games recently have been close. Their last 4 games have all been decided by 5 points or less. Now they're 1-3 in those 4 games, but they've all been close.
Yeah, one of them was a win against the Bulls. And since that time, they've been floundering. There's some perspiration early in the game, causing the floor to stop. Very slippery out there with the perspiration.
Remember that it was a preseason game Orlando had a couple of years ago that was canceled. It wasn't here at this building, on one of those neutral sites, that they canceled it because of some unsafe conditions. They had that, the NBA had that in one of the preseason games this year. Bargnani draws the offensive charge as Davis goes tumbling over him. And good defense from Andrea Bargnani.
Watch the anticipation by Bargnani. Impeding his way, doing a good job. Taking away the right hand of Big Baby.
There are a lot of guys in the league you do not want falling on you. He's at the top of the list.
6'9", 280. You don't want that weight on you. So both teams are featuring these guys now. Bargnani back, stopping.
It's the line drive there. Shot won't go, but aggressive early.
Listen, Aflalo does a good job with the rebounding, too. Now, Raymond Felton overzealous, so he's charged with the foul.
Felton not happy with the call, which is a common occurrence.
Yeah, so you don't want the Knicks to be playing hard and not smart. So they have to do both here. The Magic, a very young team, so try to take their confidence away early.
Harris makes his move on Anthony. Nice short pull-up. And Tobias Harris gives the Magic a 5-point lead.
Harris missed has missed about 21 games with injuries, so they're happy to have him back in the lineup.
Felton hits a three-pointer. Raymond Felton missing 6 games with that left hamstring. He just has not been 100% all year. That's certainly a part of why he has not had any kind of consistency.
And it's so frustrating. I can recall as a player, time you get in a groove, you pull something else. And that's what's been happening to Raymond.
Anthony went for the steal, and Vucevic able to convert.
You can't do that when you're the last line of defense, so not a smart play by Melo going for that steal.
Felton makes his drive, keeps his dribble, launches it up to Chandler, and that's a connection we saw so often last season, but because of the injuries to both of them, they've hardly played together this year.
Yeah, Nelson only a 6-footer, so Chandler no problem at 7 feet dunking over him.
The Felton lob to Chandler was a big weapon as Aflalo lines up a wide open three-pointer.
Yeah, he's a 42% shooter from there, folks. To be in the top 10, though, you have to be 44% shooting. So guys are magnificent this season, Mike, from downtown.
Bargnani, tough catch. Plenty of contact. Chandler on the follow, throws it down. Mike Woodson upset. He thought that Bargnani was hit. And Chandler showing his presence early.
And look at the bench. The Knicks bench energized, so they know they've got to become a cohesive unit in order to get out of this funk now. Good backdoor by a defense by Melo that time.
Harris goes to Vucevic on the switch. Now Chandler goes to double. And Vucevic connects on the short jumper. He's 2 for 2, and they're 6 of 7.
Nice 15-footer by Vucevic.
Anthony, the turnaround.
See, they never allowed him to square up to the basket. Melo shooting across his body.
Harris, nice smooth cross the lane. And it's 16-9, a 7-point lead for Orlando.
Harris, former New York Mr. Basketball, before going to Tennessee and one and done.
Felton's got a nice jump shot going, and he's 2 for 2. But you see what Orlando has done. They've scored 16 points in 5 minutes. For this season, they shoot as a team 44%, about middle of the pack. As Aflalo open, can't go. Vucevic battling, nearly tips it in before Chandler able to grab the rebound. Felton again, season opening, trying to jam it in there to Chandler. Instead, ball goes out. Anthony for 3. That's good. And he has been on a tear from downtown. First 19 games, he shot 29% from 3. But in the last 7, Clyde, 46% from downtown for Carmelo Anthony.
Like the team asserted themselves defensively, so a lot of uncontested shots. Chandler has been huffing and stuffing. Good penetrating and creating by Felton. So this time, Melo, the beneficiary from downtown.
Knicks down by 2 as we approach the midway point of the first. Well, 3 years in the making, 5 nights to experience it all. The world's most famous arena has been transformed like never before. Celebrate along with Garden legends, past and present, with a special 5-night event. The Garden Transform Year 3, presented by Chase, premieres Friday night at 11 after Knicks Raptors on MSG Networks. Knicks defense struggling here in the first quarter, and you look, the point differential, Knicks being outscored by nearly 4 games in the first quarter, and opponents are scoring over 26, and that's 3rd worst in the NBA. They have not come out of the gate strong defensively much of this season, and tonight the same thing.
Yeah, the Magic shooting 70%.
Anthony deflects it, but it goes to Harris. Shot clock down to 3. Aflalo's going to have to put up a contested shot, and that won't go. Chandler goes high for another rebound. That time they defended well.
Mentioned Felton doing a good job of penetrating and creating. Chandler has been the beneficiary. Here it goes again.
Felton with nice energy. Vucevic throws that right back at him. Here comes Aflalo. And good hustle from Shumpert to deflect it out of bounds. Still Magic ball.
Vucevic averages 1 block a game. He's a 7-footer. Does a good job on Felton that time, rejecting the shot. Let's take a look. Remember, Felton had been getting in there with the alley-oop. Vucevic would hear none of it this time, but the Magic have it underneath.
Meanwhile, both Felton and Shumpert come out early. Just 4 or 6.5 into the game. You could see maybe Felton. Mike Woodson going to the bench quickly. Nelson steps back and knocks down the 3. Back to a 5-point lead.
Nelson's second 3-ball of the game.
Nelson's one of those players that can get hot from outside and really motivates him, gets him going if he hits his first couple of shots. Anthony will try another 3-pointer. That's good, and his hot 3-point shooting continues. And that's been a problem for the Orlando Magic. They have really struggled defending the 3. Knicks had big numbers against them in the first meeting between these two teams. Another wide open shot, and this time won't go Bargnani to rebound. Knicks hit 17 threes against him in that first meeting at the Garden back on December the 6th.
But that game was close at the halftime, Mike. And the Knicks came out and blew them away in the third quarter.
Nelson commits the foul. So the Knicks will take it out of bounds.
Nelson will be deviled by injuries throughout his career. Actually, this is his 10th season as a Magic.
J.R. Smith, soft touch on that one. And the Knicks are 4 for 4 from downtown.
See, that's what Shumpert needs. He can't get a break like that. He's struggling, can't get a fortuitous bounce.
That's their first lead after trailing by 7. Davis falls down. They say Bargnani tripped him. Bargnani looking at the two officials.
Davis and Bargnani have been isolating each other. We opened the game with Davis isolating about 15 feet away with the jumper. Udrich was there. So Big Davis, another guy, has had a lot of injuries throughout his career.
It looked like on that replay that he actually stepped on Udrich's foot.
Davis, of course, renowned with the Celtics. The year they won a championship, had a key role there.
They traded him here for Brandon Bass. This is his 3rd year with Orlando. And he missed so many games last year with that broken left foot. Mari Stoudemire is going to come in, so Mike Woodson going to the bench early. Already 3 substitutions. Chandler will sit down. Stoudemire, who's from Orlando, gets an ovation.
Supposed to have 70 people here. 7-0, folks. I was talking with Stat. He said he had to get a lot of tickets tonight.
You see Victor Oladipo, the rookie from Indiana. And now, on those kind of games, you're begging your teammates to get their tickets. Each player gets 2 tickets per game on the road. Each coach the same thing. You're making deals with players, with coaches to get as many as you want because you have to pay for the other ones for these players. Certainly they can afford it as Harris misfires. But 70 tickets, that's a hefty little price tag.
That's a record. Pocket change for Stat, of course.
No question. What was this contract for? $100 million? I think he's okay. Anthony, meanwhile, off to an excellent start. He's got 8 points. Knicks lead by 3. Davis with a short jumper. Both teams shooting extremely well from the field. Smith will pull back. Bargnani with a follow on him. Draws some contact. Shot counts and one. And a chance for a 3-point play.
Watch the Knicks exploit the mismatch this time. And the Knicks normally get caught in this themselves with the mismatch. That time Bargnani, Aflalo trying to deny him in vain, so he's also at the line to shoot 1.
For those looking for Rangers Maple Leafs, it's on MSG2. And we talk so much, Clyde, about J.R. Smith and getting to the free throw line more, which he certainly wants to do. Bargnani, the same thing. He's an excellent free throw shooter. we've seen him and his ability to draw fouls, but sometimes settling. Davis gets it inside, and Bargnani and Stoudemire just had their backs to him, and an easy layup.
We saw the previous game when Chandler was out of the game, the paint was open. Nick's not communicating that time, allowing Big Baby to swoop to the hoop.
Yeah, Mike Woodson very upset with that defensive sequence. And an easy bucket for Davis to cut it to 2. 3:14 remaining in the first. Knicks have been hot, especially from downtown. First quarter, Knicks up 2. They're 4 for 4 from downtown as they have 3:14 remaining here in the first. Friday night, Knicks and the Raptors at Madison Square Garden. Friday Night Knicks presented by Dodge. Live coverage underway with Visa Knicks game night at 7. Knicks and Raptors tip off shortly after 7:30. All right, Clyde, the pick and roll, so hard to defend, even when people know it's coming. It's been a problem for the Knicks much of the year. This last offensive possession for the Magic.
See, they're not communicating. Right now, Bargnani switch. Udrih should get back to Big Baby. And that's why he's uncontested.
And then you see Stoudemire had his back to the play. Carmelo Anthony was out towards Harris, not wanting to give up a 3. And that's why Mike Woodson called the timeout there. Oladipo's a good defensive player for a young player. A crafty Udrih able to convert.
Udrih starting to find his range now. Does a good job shooting off the dribble.
Knicks at 61%, Magic at 62%. Harris spotting up from the corner. That won't go. Bargnani with his 3rd rebound. Udrih to Stoudemire, and the finish.
Neither team defending the pick and roll well.
Knicks with 6 assists here in this opening period. Davis, a couple of jab steps, goes right at Bargnani. Bargnani defended him pretty well, but his call for the foul, that's going to be his 2nd.
Let's take a look at the pick and roll play again. This time the Magic not communicating. Vucevic not helping out enough, he and Oladipo.
So Big Baby back to the line. Tim Hardaway Jr. will come in. So that's now 9 players that have seen minutes here in the first quarter for Mike Woodson. Mo Harkless will come in for the first time. Hardaway's had a nice stretch offensively. There's Harkless. Harkless looks like a kid. He's a kid. He's only 20. Harkless and Harris, the 2 New Yorkers, both have done some nice things. Harris is a little more advanced than Harkless.
Harkless is a very good defender and rebounder.
Stoudemire against Big Baby. Turns, spins, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound, lost it. And off the foot of Stoudemire, according to one official, but Courtney Kirkland's going to change the call, and I think it's going to be Nick Ball.
A dazzling move by Amare, leaving Big Baby in his wake, but couldn't finish.
So they do change the call, and it's going to be Nick Ball. It went off Stoudemire's foot. Knicks get a break. Short jumper that time from Anthony.
Melo finally missed one, the easiest shot he's had all evening.
Oladipo.
Got to force him left, take away that right hand.
That shot won't go. J.R. Smith grabs the board. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the opening period. An excellent on offensively. Stoudemire ball just slipped out of his hands. Oladipo finds a follow. And that's a nice fast break opportunity for the Magic.
Yeah, young legs of the Magic getting back quickly that time to score.
Anthony up top to Hardaway. Knicks swing it nicely. Smith jump shot won't go.
Harris showing versatility, 6'9", bringing it up after the rebound.
3 players around him. And as he gets it out to Oladipo, now wants it back. The height advantage on Udrih. Backs in, throws up a wild shot. Anthony pulls up for three. Knicks have been moving the ball well. Last two possessions, though, not the case.
Both teams in a little disarray now on the offense. Follow, he has a little shake and bake right there. Draws the double team.
That's a tough pass cross to the other corner. Harris doesn't get it. Davis, though, grabs the offensive rebound. And they'll reset.
Much to the delight of the crowd tonight.
A follow gets pass. And Amari Stoudemire and Udrih have trouble on that pick and roll.
Yeah, Amari has to step up because Udrih was picked off. So Amari has to help him along the baseline. Magic have a foul to give if they like.
Anthony puts his head down, and there's the foul to give. I don't know if they wanted to do it that way, but Knicks will take it out with 5.4 remaining.
His first in the last 2 minutes.
And especially allowing Harris to get it. He's on mellow. He has no fouls to waste.
They go inside Anthony. Harris right up on him. Anthony blows by him, but then lost the dribble. Still Nick ball. Just 0.6 of a second remaining. Now time for a set out of bounds play.
Yeah, you got to be really gullible to let them score on this one, but we've seen such folly.
Stoudemire wide open and hits the shot. And there's your folly. Glenn Davis falling asleep, and Jacques Vaughn can't believe it. What was Davis thinking?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that this season, folks. Look at Davis. What is he doing? Helping out on Melo, leaving Amari open. And you can see, whoa.
Oh, it's very close. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
It looked like he clearly had it. It was a catch and shoot, which you can do.
I think his fingertips were still on it, Mike.
They're going to review that. There's a chance that one might be negated. Either way, Knicks with a strong first quarter on the offensive end at 7 assists. Shoot 52% from the field. And will have lead after the opening period. Right now, it's 31-27. Back in Orlando, where they have negated Amari Stoudemire's bucket. As New York Knicks basketball presented by Chase. Stoudemire had a wide open shot, just took a little too much time. You can catch and shoot in 0.3 of a second, but you seem to pause a beat. Well, yeah. And the ball was on his fingertips.
Yeah, it looked like that index finger was still on it. Much to the dismay of Amari. So the blunder by Big Baby is erased. Take a look at the fingers, folks. Is his hand still on it? And right there.
Shows you how that is so close.
Very close.
So the Knicks lead will be 2. Andrew Nicholson, second-year man out of St. Bonaventure, has come on for the Magic. Knicks again playing 9 players in that first period. Hardaway has his shot blocked. Harkless with a good play. J.R. Smith is on Nelson. Udrih is on Harkless right now. Nelson down to Vucevic. Against Stoudemire, flips it up, well short. And here comes Smith the other way. Smith spinning back up top. Hardaway gets this one off. Can't connect. Vucevic, an excellent rebounder. Grabs his 5th already. He's averaging 11.5 per game.
Alley-oop.
Vucevic down low, and he's hammered. Stoudemire and Chandler both converge. And it's going to go against Stoudemire. That's his first.
All right, Stoudemire. His first team foul.
So free throws now for Vucevic.
An offensive-oriented first quarter. Good dishing and swishing by both teams. Phenomenal shooting, over 50%. And they continue to be shooting highly. The Magic 62, the Knicks 58. Vucevic creating problems in the paint, has 2 shots coming.
He's one of the players that they received in the Dwight Howard trade. They did a good job when they traded Howard in August of 2012. They received a Flalo. Al Harrington, obviously, who was part of the package more financially than anything. Harkless, Vucevic, and 5 draft picks. First rounders in 2014, 2015, 2017, 2 second rounders. So obviously they were in a bad situation because Howard wanted out, but they did a fairly good job. Alley-oop Chandler from Udrih, and that was a beautiful connection. And the Knicks back up by 2.
Third ferocious stuff tonight by Chandler.
Chandler 6 points, 4 rebounds. He has a couple of assists as well. Vucevic can't connect. And Hardaway the rebound. Foul away from the ball. Vucevic getting in the way of Stoudemire.
Let's take a look at Chandler, what he's brought back to the Knicks offense. Nice little effort going to the glass with gusto on the pick and roll and the alley-oop. Doing a good job that time.
Second assist for Udrih. Udrih using the screen. Stoudemire left open. Hesitated a moment and then knocks it down.
Stoudemire.
4 points for Stoudemire. Knicks and Magic both at 50% from the field. Udrih backing up on Nelson. Nicholson. Oh, a nice little ball fake. And can't complete it though. Chandler with another rebound. He's got 5. Yeah, Smith looking for Stoudemire, instead throws it right to Nicholson. That's the first Knick turnover. Oladipo, good on the open floor, finishes, and the foul. Smith with a bad turnover, and then commits the foul down the other end.
Oladipo with feline quickness at 6'4", 215. Watch him get out in transition. Good job by Nichols coming up with it. And the swoop to the hoop, and Oladipo will shoot one as well.
That fast break brought to you by Tri-Honda. Hurry to your local Tri-Honda dealer for great deals on 2013 Accords. Oladipo, the second overall pick in this last year's draft after 3 years in Indiana. Hardaway, good open look there. That's his first field goal. Knicks back up by 3. Nelson, couple of fakes. Vucevic has it down nice and low. Bank shot from pretty much straight on. Chandler another rebound. Udrih back to Hardaway. Hardaway for 3. Puts it in, and the Knicks now 5 of 8 from downtown and lead by 6. And Jacque Vaughn wants a timeout.
And the precocious neophyte continues to astound coming into the game. He's become instant offense as Hardaway added to his repertoire. No longer just a 3-ball shooter, can get into the paint, but right here, straight on from downtown.
Gervasio back with you in Orlando. Knicks with a 6-point lead over the Magic here in the second quarter. Before the game today, Metta World Peace was talking about his left knee injury, and he is going to have a procedure on January 6th. It's going to be the same procedure Kobe Bryant made famous in Germany. It's that blood platelet enrichment, blood spinning procedure on his left knee. Now, what's interesting about this, it's now available in the United States. He's going to have it done here in New York. That'll be January 6th. Metta said he wanted to try to play today, but his knee was just too sore. He may still be able to play before that procedure on January 6th, Mike.
Obviously, though, a little problem for him. They got all sorts of new procedures going on, Clyde.
Yeah, it's good for these players, prolonging their careers.
Oladipo carried it. All you did back then was yoga. Forget about these procedures. That got you back on the court.
Right.
You were so ahead of your time with that stuff, Clyde.
No, when I look back on it, Mike, yeah, I was very fortunate.
Did you take some grief? Did guys tease you about the yoga?
Yeah, about my diet, everything. They used to make fun of me.
They were jealous. Stoudemire. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Vucevic. As Chandler's been a demon on the boards. Vucevic picks up his second foul. Chandler has 6 rebounds and has tipped another one.
And the ferocious dunks by Chandler now becoming a compelling figure again in the paint.
Udrih gets it inside, try to get it Stoudemire. And should still be Nick Ball. It is 18 to shoot. Knicks have Udrih, who already has 4 assists. Udrih, Hardaway, Smith, Stoudemire, and Chandler.
We've seen some eccentric lineups tonight.
J.R. Smith knocks that one down. And Clyde, he got the ball. He had an open shot when he caught it, then dribbled several times and wound up taking a tougher shot. He still put it in. And Smith makes his second field goal. Knicks scored 7 in a row.
J.R. tantalizing the crowd that time. Oh!
Harkless, nice move, but couldn't finish. Got too close to the basket. As Udrih, good hesitation. Stoudemire had a wide open one dribble. He would have had an open 15-footer.
Never looked at the hoop.
Chandler, another offensive rebound and foul. The Knicks have their largest lead here in the first quarter.
Look at JR. He's open right there. Doesn't want it. Does a little dancing and prancing along the baseline. And able to swish it through. Much to the delight of the crowd. They like that.
He had his right toe on the line. It was a two-pointer as Carmelo Anthony back in.
Anthony has shot well. He's been hot, especially from downtown.
Nick says a team 5 of 8 from 3. Udrih finding J.R. Smith. Smith on the drive. Good pass out to Udrih for an open 3. That shot won't go. Chandler tips it right back to Smith. Anthony fakes. Back to Smith. Open 3 from the left side. That's good. And Tyson Chandler keeping it alive. Helps the Knicks go up by 11.
And how about that teamwork that time? Melo looking for JR.
Knicks with 10 assists here already in the first half, and we still have over 7 minutes remaining. Oladipo chased.
Good swarming Nick D right there where somebody's open.
Vucevic with a nice tip in as he got away from Chandler.
Yeah, utilizing the left hand that time.
5 minutes gone by here in the second. Knicks lead by 9. Chandler giving that open jumper and connects. That's the one he's worked on throughout the offseason. We saw him hit it a couple of times before he went down with that initial injury. And Nelson tried to jam it in there. Turnover, number 3 for Orlando. Lalo's going to come back in.
Let's take a look at Chandler, folks. Right there, about 21 feet away with the swish.
Nice and smooth there. Now, Vucevic, in some way, you almost want to make Chandler hit that.
Right.
But also, Chandler's not the kind of center that's going to, if you come out contested, he's not going to put it on the floor and drive past you. Shot clock down to 5. Anthony, couple of jab steps. Can't get it to go. And Chandler mistimed his jump. He thought he got shoved. Oladipo passes up the shot, now puts it up. That won't go. Long rebound back out to Nelson. Nobody's on Nelson. Now Anthony comes out to deflect it. Chandler grabs his 7th rebound.
Right at his season's average. The Knicks very lackadaisical on that possession. That's why the coach wants to talk it over with him.
The coach not happy despite his team right now up by 11. As the Knicks are going to call a full timeout.
Yeah, that time they were not contesting. Woodson didn't like it.
But the Knicks shooting well, including from long distance. That's why they're up 11.
While the garden elves are wrapping up all of your presents, I'm here delivering in 24 hours of Knicksmas presented by Visa. So finish trimming the tree and gather around the fire because we're headed to my home away from home, St. Croix, where Santa wears shorts and not much else.
Oh, Clyde.
So that is tomorrow on the MSG Network. The perfect gift for Knicks fans, a full day of games and shows starring the orange and the blue. Clyde with 24 hours of Knicksmas presented by Visa. It begins tomorrow at noon. Looks like you had a blast doing those commercials.
Yeah, it was fun. That's actually in my living room.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So is that a real fire?
Yeah, it's a real
Not one of those.
I'm glad. I once a year I use it. They showed me how to work the fireplace. I was glad they showed up.
Also number
But,
2, Raymond Felton.
Yeah, we had fun, though. It was good.
Felton looking. Nick showing good patience.
And teamwork tonight, Mike.
Felton's jump shot too strong. And Nelson the rebound. It's been an 18-point turnaround. Knicks trailed by 7. And then led by 11, although Aflalo gets back. That transition defense not good that time. It's been an excellent offensive first half for the Knicks. Felton looking for Anthony. Anthony triple team. Good ball movement. Leaving a wide open Iman Shumpert. Shumpert gets it to go. And no one's got to feel better about hitting a shot than Iman Shumpert. He came into the game 6 for his last 42.
I know, right. But shooting is all about rhythm. Excellent rhythm that time by the Knicks, moving the ball around the perimeter.
11 assists. Vucevic trying to get position on Chandler, who gets him further out than he wants to be. Lost the dribble, picked up Shumpert. Here comes Felton, and Felton fouled by Aflalo.
Was it a clear path?
Well, they're going to call it in the act of shooting, which negates that.
Foul number 4.
So Felton will shoot 2.
His second 14th foul.
Jacques Vaughn is complaining. Right there.
Well, they didn't call. Felton was ahead of him. So now they're going to call it a clear path.
Yeah, because he was kind of on the side of him.
But usually in the act of shooting, it just becomes a regular foul. So they call it a clear path on the floor so they can go and look at it.
Vucevic stumbling, bumbling.
Oh yeah, he was not there. I mean, when he felt the contact, he started to put it up.
Felton clearly in front of him.
Eddie Malloy, the official number 14 in the middle. He's the crew chief. So they'll take a look. The ruling on the floor was the clear path foul. The clear path, 2 shots and possession, always an important call. Our road ahead brought to you by Buick, luxury as it should be. In the game on Wednesday on Christmas Day against the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's on ABC, and also you can listen to it on the radio on ESPN. The Friday night Knicks, and back and home on back-to-backs with the Toronto Raptors. Thunder finally lost a home game. Toronto beat them, Clyde.
Yeah, I saw that.
In Oklahoma City, and I think the Thunder were up. They're up. Had a double-figure lead at one point. So now everybody's lost at home. Indiana lost at home just recently, and now the Thunder. Always an exciting team. This one they're taking an extra look at. The lead is 11 with just under 5 remaining. Raptors with that victory over Oklahoma City. They're now in first place in the Atlantic with 3 games under 500. Sixers are starting to struggle. And that's Brook Lopez. Boy, you hate to see that. Lopez has battled back from injuries. And now looks like he's done for the season. You look at some of the surprises. I think the 2 biggest surprises, Portland, how good Portland is, and how about Phoenix and Jeff Hornacek.
All right. Bledsoe's having a superb year.
Bledsoe and Goran Dragic. What a backcourt that's been in 2 point guards, which worked so well last year for Mike Woodson, playing with Raymond Felton and Jason Kidd. And Woodson has wanted to go with the big lineup this year, and has not used that 2 point guard lineup as much. It was very successful last year. Part of it has to do with the injuries and the various matchups that they've had. I mean, boy, this is a long discussion. They've stopped looking at the replay. Again, the key to start for a clear path, it has to originate in the backcourt, which it did. If there's no defender between the ball and the basket, if the defender is ahead of the offensive player with the ball when he enters in the front court, which he wasn't, that's the new part of the rule.
After review, the call on the floor is reversed.
Now they're saying no clear path.
Raymond Felton will shoot 2.
So now it's just going to be a regular shooting foul. I need an explanation in terms of trying to ask the officials. There have been some times this year where I thought for sure it was a clear path and it wasn't. Other times I'm thinking, nah, that's not a clear path, and it is.
Definitely wasn't in the act of shooting.
Well, as soon as the contact came, he went into the shooting motion, but it didn't appear like he had gathered. Either way, he's going to get free throws. Knicks now have their largest lead.
Yeah, he was 15 feet away, so there's no way he was shooting, but the Knicks will take it.
And a loose ball foul against the Magic.
But that's what Melo has done all season, Mike. Very aggressive going to the offensive glass and drawing this foul.
Knicks +2 on the boards. Again, this comes after that Memphis game where they were annihilated on the boards, 56-29. You can tell it's something they're really trying to go after here tonight. And the Magic now in the penalty on Harris's second foul. Anthony's first free throws of the game.
Kind of a lull in the action right now after vacillating pace. Very offensive first quarter by both teams, especially the Knicks from downtown.
Well, Knicks have only given up 9 points in the second period. As the free throws give it the largest lead, so this is now a 21-point turnaround. They trailed by 7 in the opening minutes and now lead by 14.
And look at their defense. That has been a big factor in the game tonight.
Flalo, Shumpert with a shove, put his hands on him.
Shumpert has had a lot of dubious fouls on him. We mentioned sometimes too overzealous, too wound too tightly. So he has to relax out there. Flalo had already released the shot before Shumpert fouled him.
If the Knicks are going to make any kind of real run, and there's still a possibility. I mean, all that matters is how you're playing at the second end of the season. And because the Eastern Conference has been so down, you could be in the situation the Knicks are now and still get a decent seed in the playoffs if you start to turn around and play to your potential. But for them to turn it around and become a team that is competitive and amongst the better teams in the East like last year, the two key guys really are Shumpert and J.R. Smith. Now, barring any kind of trade. But Shumpert's just too good a basketball player to continue along the lines that he's playing. Would you agree, Clyde? His Anthony shot is good.
Yeah, we knew this had to be a breakout year for Shump. And he started out good that way, but now his game is obviously tapered off. Chandler, good strip.
Takes it away from Davis. And the Knicks come the other way. J.R. Smith drives into the lane, stops, short jump shot is good. And you love the shot selection. And J.R. Smith in the last several games starting to find his range. He's 4 for 5 tonight. And look at the bench numbers as the Knicks have increased their lead to 17. When we mentioned Shumpert, J.R. Smith, the other key, so important last year. Last several games starting to find the range a little bit better.
Yeah, good sleight of hand by Chandler with the strip. So he's been magnificent tonight. Allowing the Knicks to get in transition. And J.R., the little 10-foot jumper, as Mike alluded to, the good shot selection now have the Knicks on the rampage.
And J.R. Smith, the previous 3 games before tonight, was averaging just under 18 a game and over 6 assists a game. Now, the percentage is still not there, and it's still not getting to the free throw line, but you just see him starting to gain back a little bit of that confidence, a little bit of that aggressiveness, where he's mixing it up, something like that. Instead of not, just settling for an outside shot, got into the paint, took a nice short jumper.
Yeah, let's take a look at JR's prowess right here. Got a fortuitous bounce, giving him some confidence. A little shaking and baking in the corner right here. Foot was on the line, just a deuce. And Melo giving him the uncontested 3-ball, this time stopping and popping. So a nice array of shots tonight for JR.
A very efficient game for Smith. Again, 4 of 5 from the field. Knicks overall 54%. Ball deflected by Felton. Magic have 11 to shoot.
Knicks have had good hands on the defense, good pressure. Saw Chandler previously with the strip. This time Felton knocks it out of bounds. Look how JR is hounding Oladipo.
25-10 is the score of the second quarter. And Felton Felton has to stop complaining after every call.
His second.
He bumped him, there's no question. He doesn't want to come out of the game as he picks up his second.
Yeah, he's too close to him. And the guys, like I said, if he's not a threat, don't foul him. Not a threat from there. Wasn't looking to do anything but dribble.
They go into Davis. Davis against Anthony. Barrels in. Blocked by Chandler. Picked up by Shumpert. Chandler has been superb here in this first half.
Gives him the alley-oop.
Felton from the right corner. Rebound Shumpert. Brings it back out to Smith. Finds Anthony. Anthony for three. That's good. Great ball movement. And once again, the Knicks off the offensive rebound. They lead by 20.
Yeah, winning and grinning are these Knicks now. Good dishing and swishing that time.
7 of 12 from downtown as Oladipo couldn't connect. Anthony may have gotten a piece of it. Davis on a reach in on Felton. And the Knicks have opened this one up as we'll take a timeout. Second quarter has been one of the best quarters we've seen from the team probably since the last time they played the Magic.
Yeah, look at the teamwork. Again, Chandler, right, as the catalyst with the rejection, allowing the Knicks to get in transition. Melo continues to erupt from downtown.
A 20-point lead for the Knicks in the game. They trailed by 7 in the opening minutes. But have turned it around here in the second. Carmelo Anthony, one of a number of Knicks red hot from downtown. And that's our Kia card player profile. He continues his excellent three-point shooting. For the last 7 games, he's suddenly turned it around from downtown.
And also his field goal percentage, Mike. Better shot selection like JR are getting tangible results now. The Magic in disarray, a little frustration out there. Previously, Big Baby fouled Felton. So Raymond at the line to shoot 2.
Knicks have 12 assists and 1 turnover.
They continue to lead the league in the fewest turnovers, only 12 per game.
Felton in his first game back after missing 6. Looks good. 7 points, 2 assists. And the lead is up to 22. 59 points on the board, and there's still 2:50 remaining.
The Magic give up 100 points a game.
Flalo. Shumpert does a good job holding his ground. Anthony went to help. Nelson from way outside, not a good shot. And J.R. Smith the rebound. Smith with a nice all-around game. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block.
And Melo and Chandler also outstanding in the first half.
Harris back on Anthony.
Alley-oop. They took it away.
Felton steps back. Ball deflected. Who comes up with it? Big Baby. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in what has been a dominant second quarter. Flalo. That's way off.
At the Garden, Mike, in the previous game, the Knicks were this way in the third quarter. It was a close game at halftime. And the Knicks came out and blew them away in the third quarter. So sometimes the team has your number. The matchups are not good against the Magic, against the Knicks.
Raymond Felton picks up his 3rd foul and quickly runs to the bench. Knicks in the penalty.
Before the game, saw Raymond on the bicycle, working up a nice sweat.
So free throws now for Tobias Harris. Harris struggling a bit tonight, 2 of 7 from the field. We've got the Delta halftime report coming up with 1:49 remaining here in the second. Harris misses the free throw.
Back for New York, number 18, Lugren. For the Magic, number 1, Duran.
Nelson sits down. Duran Lamb checks in. Harris from Long Island, as we mentioned, born in Islip, went to Half Hollows Hill High School. Hills West High School, I'm told, by Long Island native Spencer Julian, our producer. I think he's got, tonight's not an example. I think he's got a chance to be really good. Maybe make an all-star team one time. He's 6'8", can play both ends, still learning NBA defense. I really like his game, Clyde.
Yeah, he's on Melo tonight. So obviously they trust his D.
Melo fakes and drives.
Good contesting that time.
Now the loose ball foul call against Chandler. The last couple of shots have not been good. Knicks were moving the ball. Now all of a sudden it's been one guy, a couple of dribbles, and taking a contested shot.
Tyson Chandler.
You know they can't handle prosperity,
His
Mike.
first penalty situation.
Knicks are thriving. They fall back into the old habit of chucking it up after one pass. They've devastated these guys with the ball movement. We mentioned how many assists they have here. They have 12 assists, averaging 20 on the season. So they have to get back to the teamwork.
Chandler's foul his first.
And now Davis looking to capitalize on their folly.
He seems like he's been around forever. He's only 28. Actually, he's going to be 28 next month, so he's still just 27 years old. Been hearing about him since his 3 years at LSU. A nickname. J.R. Smith, another rebound. Smith steps back, puts up a three, and knocks it down. J.R. Smith now 5 of 7 overall, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. And he's starting to get back in a bit of a groove. Knicks up by 23. A 17-3 run right now.
Look at the vexing defense. Chandler providing the anchor on the interior, talking to guys, getting them over screens.
Afflalo, a contested shot. Nice jumper there.
Yeah, that was good defense, but better offense, as Afflalo would not be denied on that shot.
That's their first field goal in about 5 minutes. Final minute. And what has been a terrific quarter. Smith, shot won't go, but a foul as Oladipo hit him.
Oladipo a good defender, but JR into the zone right now. So Oladipo no match for him. This time JR taking him baseline to draw the foul.
Well, the Knicks have tied the most points they've had in the first half this season.
And the Magic, they like destroying them at the Garden. That was the biggest win of the season for the Knicks, the biggest margin of victory in that game.
That was the night after they pounded Brooklyn. This is the most points the Knicks have scored in a first half this year and ties the most points they've scored in any half. Lamb left open. Won't go. Smith tips it to himself. J.R. Smith has had a terrific first half. He's done a little bit of everything. Again, 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and a block shot.
Look how loosey-goosey he is. He's dribbling the ball between his legs. So he's got that confidence flowing tonight.
Shot clock is turned off. Anthony puts up the jumper and puts it in at the buzzer, capping off a sensational second quarter for the Knicks as they outscore the Magic in the period 36-14.
And Melo tantalizing the Magic along the baseline. And very apropos that he drills and thrills because he's the leading scorer right now for the Knicks.
And the Knicks a season high for points in a half, 65-41. Great defense in the second quarter. Part of that is Tyson Chandler, and he's with Tina.
All right, Mike, thank you. Tyson, coming off that Memphis game where you guys struggled so much with the rebound differential, you're +7 right now. You have what has made the difference?
Just, energy and understanding our defensive rotation. A lot of times in that Memphis game, we were scrambling too much, allowing their bigs to get in the basket. So now we're a little more sound defensively, so we're bodies on body.
You're preventing them from scoring only 14 points allowed in the second quarter. So what's been the key to the effectiveness defensive end?
It's all about our strategy. When we come out and we stick to our defensive principles, we're a tough team. Keeping guys in front of us, making them take tough jump shots.
All right, Tyson, thank you. Mike, back to you.
All right, Tina, they just reviewed Carmelo Anthony's last second shot, say it's good. And the Knicks with their best offensive half of the season, 65-41. The Delta Halftime Report coming up. Welcome back to Orlando, where New York Knicks basketball is presented by Chase. Knicks with their best offensive quarter of the season, up by 24 at half against the Magic. Moments ago, Tina Savasio and Herb Williams.
All right, Mike, thank you. Herb, you were the one who was talking to me about the team rebounding before the game. What do you see in this first half that's made that difference?
Well, I thought our defensive intensity was way up. Tyson started by pressuring Vucevic, making him catch the ball out on the floor. Then we started to deny the wing. So our defensive intensity was up, which led to our offense.
When you see JR sort of finding his range, how does that affect the rest of the team and the success you could find?
He's big for us. He averaged 18 points a game last year off the bench for us, and we've been missing that all year. Now he's more under control. He's not forcing anything. He's letting the game come to him. He's playing more within himself like he did last year. I think he was pressing, coming back from the knee injury, trying to get back into it right away, but now he seemed to be settling in.
All right, Herb, thank you. All right, Mike, back to you.
All right, Tina. Well, certainly it's only one half, but it was a sensational half for the Knicks at both ends, especially that second quarter. Knicks only poured on 36 points, but gave up just 14. Our halftime scoring summary brought to you by Optimum. All terrific numbers. And you look at the turnovers, just one with the 12 assists. Harris quickly gets a dunk. Mike Woodson kind of throws his fist in a little bit of disgust. Did not like that opening sequence.
Yeah, it was too easy. Couple of passes and with the dunk after the superb D the Knicks played in the first half.
Bargnani.
Bargnani was kind of the odd man out in the second quarter. Didn't see much action.
Felton.
Oh, he missed Bargnani.
Shumpert's going to have to put it up. Does not get it off in time. And you're right, Clyde. Bargnani was open.
Yeah, you got to know when you run the pick and roll, look at that option first, or he had Bargnani uncontested. So the Knicks first possession not getting back on the D. Now the shot clock violation.
You get a big leak like this, we see it all the time in the NBA. You tend to let your guard down a little bit. You lose your edge. Good defense there. As Bargnani, I think, will be credited with that block shot.
Follow the only Magic in double digits. Good denial that time by the Knicks.
8 to shoot. Off a screen for Flalon. That won't go. Anthony the rebound. Raymond Felton, first game back after missing 6, looked sharp in that first half. Gets Bargnani. Bargnani shot in and out.
Harris trying to get on track. Shooting on the B line. No arc on that shot.
Felton. That's good. Raymond Felton with another three-pointer. He's got 11 total.
Dazzling passing again by the Knicks around the perimeter to find the open man.
Yeah, this is their largest lead. The buzz has gone out of the building for the Magic fans. They've actually still drawn pretty well despite the team struggling. It's a beautiful arena. But there are quite a number of Knicks fans in attendance.
Down for the holidays, Mike.
Flalo. And he knocks down the three-pointer. His second three. Knicks up 22. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in the third. Anthony draws the foul. Shot nearly goes in. But they're not going to call it in the act of shooting. It was side to side. And not going up. That's the rule they changed a couple of years ago.
See the up and under. And not the shooting.
Nope. That's the one they changed a couple of years ago. Anthony's shot is good. He is on the mark. 7 of 13 from the field.
Yeah, at the half, he had 14 points in 17 minutes, did Melo. So he's been hot tonight. And now a technical charge on the Knicks.
Carmelo Anthony called for it. Didn't see why. Coming down the floor, Eddie Malloy gave him the teeth.
I think he thought he was fouled by Harris on the previous shot. See him talking to the ref right there.
You never know what he said. Saying one of the magic words, you get it right away. But I don't think he said Merry Christmas.
Nope. Usually that's the score the Knicks are looking up at around this time of the game. So this time again, punishing the Magic.
Always think back to as Davis gets inside, misses, rebound. Davis comes back in and gets it. Shot is good. The late Jim Valvano story one time saying to a referee, he says, "Can you give me a technical for what I'm thinking?" And the referee says, "No." He goes, "Well, I think you bleep and stink." And the ref, realizing that he had him, just laughed and let him go. As Chandler misses, Shumpert on the tip. Nice effort from Shumpert.
Shumpert needed that to get a fortuitous bounce, so good tenacity on the glass that time.
Vucevic trying to get down low. Chandler's done a superb job on him. Shumpert with a foul from behind.
Foul number 21.
Free throws for Flalo.
Take a look at Iman's
Second, first team foul.
leaping ability. See him right in the middle of your screen. Able to get up right there. He and Big Baby both tipped it in, but Shumpert gets the credit.
Shumpert battling tonight. That's what you love to see. He's only taken 3 shots, but he's hit 2 of them. 4 points, 4 rebounds.
Yeah, we say he's doing the other things. The rebound, his rebounds up, and he's looking to dish, and it continues to play the good deep.
This has been in a horrific shooting slump. It was the last time he really shot the ball well was the game against the Magic. He had those back-to-back. He played well against Brooklyn, and then the next night against the Magic, and since then it has been such a struggle. Shumpert carried it, tried to get a highlight play, and instead Knicks turned it over.
Aroused the crowd with his dexterity that time.
Knicks just got to keep the pressure on and not let the Magic think that they can get back in the game. Shumpert skies for the rebound. Shumpert spinning inside, and he's called for travel.
Can't get a break after the tip in. Previously called with carrying the ball. Yeah, that time with too many steps when he spun.
You think he took one, Clyde?
Looked like he changed pivot feet. I don't know. Normally he gets away with that, but like we said, when a guy's struggling, sometimes you don't get the calls, and that's happening to Iman now.
Vucevic, tough shot over Chandler. Seven and a half remaining here in the third. Knicks still up by 20. They've led by as many as 25. Anthony drives, double clutches, shot short, and then he commits the foul. And Anthony may have landed on somebody's foot
Number 7, Carmelo
as he
Anthony.
comes up hobbling and says, "Take me out."
His first, second team foul.
You see him walking off, but a
For New York, number 8,
very severe grimace. J.R. Smith will come in.
Very prevalent injury in the league, coming down on someone's foot. Yeah, right there.
Number 5, Tim Hardaway Jr.
It doesn't seem to be the severe kind, folks, because he just caught a piece of his toe. So not as much pressure as when you come all the way down on the side of your foot. So it looked like Bella might get a break there.
Roger Hines quickly attending to him. Knicks would love now with that to have him just sit and not play anymore.
See if that ignites the Magic now. Seeing the Knick leader go down, let's see if they become inspired. This time Harris posting and toasting, and will go to the line to shoot one.
J.R. Smith with the foul. Knicks have lost that defensive edge as the lead is cut to 18.
See right there.
Ooh, it still went that
Yeah, it was a
turned
little more
pretty.
severe than I thought.
Harris completes the three-point play, and they've cut a 25-point lead to 17, so they've knocked off 8 points off the lead in a short amount of time here in the third. Felton floats it up. Shot is good. Raymond Felton continues his fine return. He's got 13 points in 16 minutes.
Chandler helps Felton on that play, folks, because they have to look for the alley-oop. So the center's reluctant to leave Chandler. That's why Raymond had an opening in the paint.
Off the switch. Flalo gets it inside, and that's where the switch hurts. Teams exchanging buckets now with just over 6.5 remaining.
Magic can ill afford it. They need some turnovers.
Knicks' frugality with the ball, though. They're not turning it over tonight.
Smith trying to set up Chandler. And Felton foul by Nelson.
14, Jameer Nelson.
Felton and Shumpert both have to improve their rapport with the officials.
Yep. Too demonstrative once the calls are against him.
And it becomes a cry wolf syndrome as Carmelo Anthony's still obviously hurting. Chandler way off. Magic trying to crawl themselves back in the game. They lob it in. Vucevic can't finish, and Chandler a quick outlet. Shumpert back to Felton. Davis talking to Chandler. Chandler across the lane. The runner won't go. Rebound tipped. And taken by Harris.
Big Baby shorter at 6'9", but 280. Used his body nicely that time to defend off Chandler.
Kick ball called against Shumpert. And we'll have a timeout. Carmelo Anthony in some little pain from turning that left ankle, although the Knicks still up by 17. Knicks up 17, just past the midway point of the third. Carmelo Anthony still in some pain, still a little bit of a limp after turning his ankle, going back to the Knicks locker room. Well, you can catch the Knicks at the Garden. Individual game tickets on sale now. Limited ticket availability for the Pistons on Tuesday, January 7th, and the surprising Phoenix Suns on Monday, January 13th. Visit nyknicks.com to secure your seats at the Garden. Time for our Cadillac trivia question. They've had 3 first overall picks. Number 1 in the entire draft in Magic history. Who are they? I got this one, Clyde.
Well, the first 2 changed the way the draft was selected, right? They got lucky in back-to-back years with the number 1 pick.
One of them, it's a I don't want to say a trick question, but you'll say, oh, that's right. Davis shot misses. Vucevic tips it out. Aflalo. That's good, a 3-pointer. And it's now a 14-point game. They've sliced off. Knicks led by 25 earlier in the period, and just in a few minutes, they've cut it to 14. Mike Woodson is annoyed, to say the least. And the Knicks might have to go the rest of the way without Carmelo Anthony. J.R. Smith is open, and he can't connect. Knicks have lost their edge right now.
Magic a little more pep in their step, especially the follow. He's their top gun.
Nelson fakes inside of Vucevic against Stoudemire. Pretty move.
Stoudemire doesn't know which way he went.
And a timeout called by Woodson. It's a 12-point game after leading by 25, and the Magic are right back in it.
Yeah, follow's starting to erupt. Vucevic a little wheeling and dealing with the left hand as the Knicks need to talk.
(74-62), a 19-6 Magic run over the last 6 minutes has them right back in the game. Knicks led by 25 a couple of minutes into this period, and we're rolling along. But this young Magic team still fighting. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Raymond Felton. Felton has to stop arguing every call. Uderic's going to come in. 4 fouls on Felton. He's played a good game and has come back after missing 6, 13 points, 2 assists, no turnovers, 4 of 8 from the field. Davis bumped by Udrih. Count it, and a foul. What a turnaround here in the last 6 minutes.
Again, the pick and roll baffling the Knicks. There's the pick, the roll. Udrih out of control. Big Baby cans it, and he will go to the line as well.
I'm sure Mike Woodson spoke about this to the team at halftime, about come out hungry, stay the way you were playing with that same kind of hunger. But the Knicks have come out, and now it is a 9-point game. Udrih to Bargnani. Bargnani off the dribble. Line drive won't go. Here comes Nelson. Nelson directing traffic. Oh, nice crossover move from Nelson. Gets it inside. Left-handed shot from Davis won't go. Harris right there. Short arms that. Vucevic keeps it alive, and Smith comes up with a rebound. J.R. Smith with 7 rebounds here tonight already. Bargnani again off the dribble. Scoop layup. And he drew the foul. Bargnani will go to the line for the second time tonight.
Yeah, good attacking by Bargnani. Previously missed the 20-footer. This time diagonally into the paint, so he will shoot 2.
If you're just tuning in, Knicks played maybe their best quarter of the season in the second period. They outscored the Magic 36-14. Went up by 25 earlier here in the third. Carmelo Anthony turned his left ankle, stepped on a foot of a Magic player, had to come out of the game, went back to the locker room, and he will not return on this sprained left ankle.
No Willis Reed tonight, huh?
Well, you certainly don't want to, in a regular season game, force him out that, but the Knicks now have seen a huge lead dwindle. Bargnani, though, gets a couple of points back at the line. Knicks had good teamwork in the first half. Nelson back up, Vucevic. Harris finds Vucevic. Stoudemire on him. Back out to Davis. Big Baby's jumper is good. Davis having a good game, 16 points on 7 of 12 from the field.
Yeah, he started out very opposite-minded, made the first basket of the game from 15 feet away. Continues to look with that jumper.
J.R. Smith goes right at Vucevic and gets blocked. Smith is arguing instead of getting up and getting back on defense. As they now go to Nelson, and Nelson with a travel.
Yeah, that time he went to pass the ball. The Knicks got in the passing lane. They had numbers as well as JR was down on the floor in the backcourt, still complaining, so the Knicks will bring it up.
76-67. Knicks were just sensational in that second period, and now scrapping to get back a little rhythm. Smith steps back and misses.
Magic ball.
J.R. Smith having one of his better all-around first halves of the season. Overall has 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Knicks have been outscored 26-11 here in this quarter. Nelson hits a 3, and it's a 6-point game.
And look how deep he was, folks. At least 4 feet behind the arc, which is 23-9.
And the Knicks have lost all the momentum from that first half. Magic with a real bounce to their step. This young team that's dropped 4 straight home games.
And the Knicks have lost their top gun and chief rocker, Melo, as well. And I mentioned, would that inspire the Magic once they saw Melo go out of the game? And obviously it did, so they continue to be on the rampage.
Knicks had 1 turnover in the first half. They have 5 here in the third. Dangerous pass by Nelson. A follow back to Nelson. Nelson puts up a 3. That won't go. Stoudemire the rebound. Quick outlet.
When you're trailing, you need timely hoops, though.
Hardaway to Smith. Smith on the drive. Nice feed to Stoudemire. Beautiful pass from J.R. Smith for his 4th assist.
That's what we alluded to at the top of the show, that J.R. is getting his rhythm, but needs to attack the basket more. So doing a good job that time, penetrating and dishing off the stack.
Mike Woodson, though, is hot. His team was coasting. And now they're in a dogfight with 1:53 remaining here in the third.
See JR penetrating, creating for Stat. Draws a couple of Magic and an easy opportunity for Amari.
Stoudemire with his 3rd field goal. All right, let's go back to our trivia while we have this timeout. Our Cadillac trivia. The 3 first overall draft picks in Magic history. Shaq, Dwight Howard, and the kind of trick question one is Chris Webber, who of course they traded. 3 great players. And although this gentleman was not the first overall pick, he was the Magic's very first draft pick. He was on the team that went to the finals and lost to the Houston Rockets back in '95. and now works for the team in community relations. He's always here present. Nick Anderson, an excellent three-point shooter.
Yep, native of Chicago, played at University of Illinois.
Knicks with an 8-point lead, 1:53 remaining here in this third. And it has been a huge turnaround as the Magic have outscored them 29-13 in this third period after Knicks dominated the second quarter. You can experience Knicks action in a suite at the newly transformed Madison Square Garden this season. Single night suites available now. Visit nyknicks.com or call 212-465-6073 to reserve yours today. Hardaway in the game. And again, Carmelo Anthony will not return after spraining his left ankle. It didn't appear to be very serious. He walked out on his own, but enough to keep him out of the rest of tonight's game. Davis left open, in and out. That one halfway down as Chandler grabs yet another rebound. Chandler and Vucevic going at it on the boards, both in double figures boards already. Hardaway to Udrih. Smith, nice fake to Shake Harris, and can't hit. And Smith with a silly foul down the other end.
Foul on number 8, J.R. Smith. His third penalty situation in effect.
The Knicks will pay for their folly now. They're in the penalty. Harris, the beneficiary, JR's folly. I don't know. JR was duping Harris, and then when they ran down the court, I don't know what happened. He just all of a sudden shoved him.
Harris now in double figures. He's got 11.
Averaging 10 on the season, 10 and 5. You mentioned he's missed a few games because of injuries, so he's trying to round into form.
Yeah, this is only his 7th game back. And he's only played in 7 total games prior to tonight. Hits a pair there, and it's back to 6. Under a minute and a half left here in the third.
At least the Knicks are moving the ball again. Moving the ball, moving themselves.
Stoudemire spins, knocked out of bounds. Good quick hands from Big Baby. Knicks have 6 to shoot.
Big Baby, the tough guy to use the spin move on. He's so wide, it's hard to get around him.
Smith comes off the screen, and a nice smooth jumper. Good set play. And the Knicks back up by 8. J.R. Smith with 16.
Yeah, JR regaining his composure now. Back door.
And beaten. Somebody got caught on the screen. It looked to be Hardaway, and an easy 2 there for Orlando. Orlando, after scoring 14 points in the second quarter, have 33 here in the third. Udrih, pretty jumper from Udrih. His second field goal.
This is how we started the first half, folks. Both teams dishing and swishing.
Nelson, that one halfway down. Chandler grabs his 11th rebound. There's about a 6.5-second difference between shot clock and game clock here as we wind down quarter number 3.
Magic have a foul to give if they like.
J.R. Smith, 4 to shoot. 2-pointer for Smith. Puts it in. J.R. Smith once again on the mark. 18 points, and the Knicks back up by 10. Final seconds here as Nelson gets mauled in the act of shooting. He was in the penalty anyway.
Foul number 1. R.A. Stoudemire.
Nelson shrewd, clever on this play, folks. Had nowhere to go, trying to slice and dice between a couple of Knicks. Come on, he's only 6 feet tall. Drawing a foul from Chandler. That shouldn't happen.
Mike Woodson and his team rolling in that first half. Magic, though, showing some good resiliency.
Obviously, it's going to be a fight now in the fourth quarter.
Final second, Smith can get it off, launches it from half court, and grazes the rim. Good attempt. The third quarter, though, comes to an end where the Knicks got outscored 35-19 in that third period. We head to the fourth quarter here in Orlando. Knicks had a 25-point lead at one point, and now they're in the battle. And without Carmelo Anthony, who sprained his ankle, he's done for the night. Back in Orlando, where New York Knicks basketball is presented by Chase. Knicks leading the Magic 84-76 in a game they led by 25 earlier in the third. Now tomorrow on MSG Network, the perfect gift for Knicks fans. Enjoy a full day of games and shows starring the orange and the blue. As our man Clyde presents 24 hours of Knicksmas presented by Visa. Begins tomorrow at noon on Christmas Eve right here on MSG. Well, Knicks look like they might be in one of those games where they could coast for the second straight time against Orlando, but the Magic turning it around in that third period. Mike Woodson concerned, obviously, as that 25-point lead was cut to 6 at one point. And you look, the Knicks dominating the second, and the Magic dominating the third.
Woodson also without his superstar, Melo, who will not return to the game after turning his ankle.
Davis misses. Stoudemire the rebound. Anthony going up for an offensive rebound, came down on the foot of one of the Magic players and hobbled off. He was in what appeared to be a lot of discomfort, but walked off on his own. But he's done for the night. Nice pass by Stoudemire, and Chandler gets whacked.
Foul number 9, Vucevic.
Chandler has
His fourth, first team foul.
only been to the line 19 times. Again, this is only his 7th game. In that first half, Clyde, he played like the Tyson Chandler we've seen, who's made such a difference.
Yeah, his ubiquity astounded the Magic. Rebounding, setting screens, huffing and stuffing. And now looking for his first attempt from the line.
Misfires on that one. Knicks has a team 9 of 12 from the free throw line. This is a pair.
They always come back to haunt you with this free throw, especially now in a close game.
Raymond Felton right now on the bench with 4 fouls. Felton's first game back, and he's played well. They picked up the personals. Smith against the Flower. Tough turnaround shot. Smith defended him well. Here comes J.R. Smith. On the pull-up two-pointer. That one goes. Stoudemire the offensive rebound. And put it on the floor, and that's how he lost it. Nelson tries the drive, tries the reverse, and rolls it in, and it's back to 6.
Nelson's small but mighty, very stockily built, so muscling that one in underneath.
All 5 starters in double figures. Stoudemire throws up a wild shot and then commits a foul. You look at the balance for Orlando. Aflalo has 20, 16 for Davis, and then 12 for Harris, Vucevic, and Nelson.
Stoudemire not exuding the confidence we've seen in the past. That time 8 feet away, trying to get closer with an ill-advised shot and then the foul. Before that, he got the rebound and turned it over. So he's got to regroup, get his game together now.
Jason Maxiell, who hasn't been playing the last few games, he comes in, first time tonight. Davis likes that elbow jumper. He misses that one, and we're going to have a foul on Stoudemire. Stoudemire again doing that face guarding.
Maxiell showing energy right off the bench to give the Magic a second opportunity.
Well, it wasn't face guarding, my mistake, but you see the right hand on the back of Maxiell, so that's 3 on Stoudemire. Looks for their second team foul. Raymond Felton returns. They go to Aflalo. Hardaway now guarding him. Double team. He's trying to rotate defensively. Nelson spins in the paint. Kicks it back out to Aflalo. Aflalo a contested 3. That one goes. Stoudemire the rebound.
Good job by Hardaway getting a hand in his face.
Knicks hanging on to a 6-point lead. Smith has Harris on in. Tough pull-away shot.
Alley-oop.
Harris blocked by Smith. Harris gets it back, and an offensive foul. J.R. Smith first hangs in tough, and then after the block, gets the offensive charge.
Harris 6'9", JR would hear none of it. And then there's the charging violation. Chandler there to help out as well.
Sold it well, but there was certainly the contact. Excellent defensive play from J.R. Smith. Felton trying to use Chandler. Felton will try a three. In and out. Knicks, after being red hot from downtown in the first half, where they were 8 for 14, they are 1 for 5 from downtown here in the second half. Harris kicks it back out. Nelson, the extra pass. They go to Afflalo in the corner. That's good. It's a three-point game. A 25-point lead that the Knicks had early in the third quarter is now cut to 3 with still just under 9 remaining. Stoudemire jump shot. That won't go. Maxiel the rebound.
Last possession was uncanny passing.
Harris for 3. In and out. Rebound. Davis took it away from Stoudemire. Puts up the shot and misses. Tipped up and in by Maxiel. And Mike Woodson wants timeout after it's been cut to 1. What a turnaround here in the second half by the Magic.
The Magic hell-bent now on the glass. Maxiel has come in, giving them energy. That time it was Big Baby. It was Maxiel. And Maxiel able to finish. As the Knicks are in a quagmire now, this young team is rejuvenated. A lot of hustle and muscle to get back into the game.
Magic have opened up the fourth quarter by scoring the first 7 points of the period, and it's now a 1-point game with 8:28 remaining. Our player matchup tonight brought to you by Lexus, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Knicks. Tyson Chandler having one of his best games, certainly in a limited amount of time this season. 8 points, 11 rebounds. Vucevic another double-double. But right now, it's all about the Knicks' collapse here in the second half. They led by 25 with just over 10 minutes remaining in the third. Led by 20 when Carmelo Anthony went out with about 7.5 to go in the third. And now it's a 1-point game. Knicks were up 68-43 at one point. 40-16 since then. Bargnani, Felton, Chandler, Smith, and Shumpert's back in. Felton floats it up, well short-armed it. Jameer Nelson, 13 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. Certainly a chance for a triple-double. Afflalo steps back, puts up a 3, won't go. Rebound Maxiel, the foul misses, and Chandler another rebound. Still have not scored yet here in the fourth. Bargnani not expecting it. Gets it to Shumpert. Now Bargnani, one dribble. Jumper's good. Knicks needed that one. And Bargnani puts them back up by 3. Just his second field goal. Make that his third. Nelson pulls back. Puts up the jumper. That misses. Chandler trying to tip it. Look at Big Baby trying to grab it. J.R. Smith comes up with it.
Feel the momentum now going back to the Knicks. The Magic going cold.
J.R. Smith, 9 rebounds. Felton gets in, kicks it out. Right corner, Shumpert for 3. It's good. Iman Shumpert with a huge three-pointer. And the Knicks give themselves a little bit of breathing room.
Yeah, before that it was Bargnani with the timely hoop. So the Magic trying to get the magic back.
Nelson inside to Davis. Davis drives, layup is good. 89-85, still plenty of time remaining. Big Baby's got 18 points. Felton. Raymond Felton back out to Bargnani. Bargnani again off the dribble. That jumper in and out. Rebound Harris.
And this vacillating pace continues now.
Harris up top. Davis again, left wide open, hits the shot. It's a two-point game again.
He's been lethal all evening from the perimeter. Previously, Big Baby spinning off the glass. This time the 20-footer.
We're midway through the fourth. No Carmelo Anthony. Went out with about 7.5 to go with a sprained ankle and will not return. Chandler on a great feed from Felton, and Chandler throws it down.
Provocative stuff by Chandler.
And Jacques Vaughn wants a timeout. With 5:51 remaining, Chandler 10 points, 12 rebounds off the pretty feed from Felton, and the Knicks with a 4-point lead.
Let's take a look at how the Knicks are able to get Chandler open. Felton finds him inside, and the nasty stuff as the Magic talk it over.
A concerned and a little annoyed Mike Woodson as his Knicks leading by 4 with 5:51 remaining. Tyson Chandler giving him that 4-point lead off a pretty feed from Felton.
Yep, it's kind of a delayed pick and roll, and Chandler jumps right into the hoop. The Magic wanted to talk it over, so they will bring it up.
Chandler's third game back, 10 points, 12 boards, and a blocked shot. Vucevic back in for the Magic with Harris, Aflalo, Nelson, and Maxiel.
Maxiel has provided a lot of energy on the glass. Now he's inside.
And Nelson can't hit. Had an open look that time. And the Knicks get the rebound. Magic 7 of 22 from downtown. The Knicks are 10 of 20. Felton. Too hard, right through the hands of Bargnani. Knicks with their 8th turnover. They had 1 at halftime. Nelson, feed inside. Maxiel, tough fall-away shot, defended well by Bargnani, tipped out to Felton. Under 5 to play, a 4-point Knick lead. Felton spins back to Chandler. J.R. Smith puts up a 3. Won't go. Rebound kept alive by Felton. And last touch by Shumpert. Look here, look at Chandler yelling at his teammates. Come on, run up the floor. That's the type of leadership the Knicks need. And that's what we've seen from him at times. And now's the big time of the game.
Good double, that's a triple.
And Nelson left open and can't hit. First Smith at one end had an open 3, then Nelson.
Come on, man, he's like Michael Jordan. They're triple teaming the guy that time. Nelson has gone cold.
And Nelson with a foul there as he bumped into Smith. That's 4 on Nelson. As Big Baby's going to come back in. Second team foul against Orlando.
Well, we've seen the Knicks in this predicament making big runs to get back into games. Takes a lot out of you, and right now Nelson is feeling it. He's lost that momentum.
Glad he's selling Carl Lane. He just snapping his head back. That's not a foul. Felton. Pass deflected. Third turnover of the fourth quarter. Aflalo. Under 4 to play. Nelson gets around a screen, gets into the paint, brings it back out. Shot clock at 5. Now puts up the jumper, and that's good. A 2-pointer. And it's back to 2, and Mike Woodson wants a 20-second timeout.
And that's what you call perseverance. The little fellow was in disarray, couldn't make a shot, ill-advised foul. Then he comes back and make a timely hoop right along the baseline.
You see Chandler and Felton discussing the defensive play and how they're supposed to do that. It has been a tough one for them all season long.
And watch Nelson's rejuvenation here. He's going to get into the paint, keep his dribble, knows he has the mismatch, and surprises Chandler by rising quickly with the jumper. Once he saw Chandler, he knows he's reluctant to come further on the perimeter, so able to get the shot off.
91-89, 3:40 remaining. Both teams with 2 team fouls. And both teams with multiple timeouts remaining. As the Knicks will have the ball. Friday Night Knicks coming up at Madison Square Garden. Knicks and the Raptors. Visa Knicks game night starts us off at 7. Tip-off shortly after 7:30.
Usually Woodson very adept at drawing up plays. Let's see if he can come up with a good one right here.
The high pick and roll, Felton and Chandler. Aflalo grabbed his jersey. Vucevic knocks it loose. Fight for the ball. Shumpert comes up with it. 7 to shoot. Shumpert sidestep, running shot, no good. Tipped out to Nelson. Ahead to Harris. Harris now goes up to the layup. Blocked by Smith. Picked up by Bargnani. J.R. Smith with a fabulous defensive play.
Second time he's denied Harris. Second rejection. The crowd doesn't like it.
But Raymond Felton is hurt. And Roger Hines quickly out to him. As Felton turned it over, didn't see where he got hit as the play quickly went the other way.
And JR on Harris again, rejecting his shot underneath.
You see a number of teammates and Roger Hines out there.
Oh, he turned his ankle a little bit.
It seemed after that when he came back out. You see him, he's not involved in the play.
When he first did it, he tweaked his ankle a little bit. And then just looked like something happened.
You wonder, again, he just came back from that left hamstring, but he is really walking gingerly. This, by the way, is walking. It doesn't look like he's ready to come back in the game.
Last time we saw that walk, it was Melo headed to the bench. The Knicks were cruising, and now look at the predicaments.
Felton, after missing 6 games, comes back, and he had 13 points, 4 assists, a couple of turnovers here in this 4th quarter, and now he is hobbling. Knicks' 25-point lead has been cut to 2, and that is certainly not a good sign. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Second Knick to go back to the locker room with an injury here in the second half. .3:14 remaining in the 4th. Knicks now down 2 starters, both back in the locker room. Carmelo Anthony in a sprained ankle. Raymond Felton with what we still have not been told. Udrich finds Bargnani. Bargnani catch and shoot. That's good. Bargnani, a second big bucket here in the 4th quarter. And the Knicks back up by 4. Bargnani has 11 overall. Under 3 to play. And foul away from the ball. Chandler.
Foul number 6.
3rd team foul. Second on Chandler.
Second, 3rd team foul.
Nelson lobs it in, and Vucevic puts it in. Mike Woodson wanted an offensive foul on Nelson. The lead is cut to 2.
Mention how powerful Nelson is at 6 feet tall. Drawing the double team, strong enough to get the alley-oop up to the basket.
Udrich to Bargnani. Bargnani off the dribble. Drive. Short shot is good. 2 tough shots from Bargnani. And the Knicks back up by 4.
That time the composure, not getting the charging violation, stopping and popping 6 feet away.
Bargnani 6 points here in the 4th.
Back door.
Harris lost the ball. J.R. Smith got beat, but I don't know if the pass was so bad if Harris just took his eyes off it. Almost like he was looking to score, or
he was hurrying and worrying. J.R. has blocked a couple of his shots, so that had a lot to do with it.
Looking to score before he secured the ball. 2 minutes remaining. Knicks by 4. Udrich kicks it out. Shumpert, left corner 3. Won't go. Rebound Harris. Tobias Harris will reset. Aflalo back up top. Nearly stolen and taken by Shumpert. And Shumpert lays it in. The Knicks go up by 6. What a huge defensive play from Iman Shumpert with 1:38 remaining. Nelson now to set up. Takes a three inside Davis. Gets it back to him. And an easy layup that time for Jameer Nelson.
The old give-and-go trick. The Knicks never stepped out.
1:20 remaining. Knicks by 4. What looked like it was going to be a blowout has turned into a thriller. Unfortunately for Mike Woodson and the Knicks, who've been battling here in the second half. Woodrick back up top. Bad pass stolen by Davis. Big Baby goes up, smacked away by Shumpert. And it's still going to be magic ball. Great hustle from Shumpert to prevent what would have been an easy two for Orlando.
And before that, Shumpert in the passing lane to give the Knicks some cushion.
Yeah,
Big Baby spins away, but look at Shumpert, relentless pursuit. And this is the one Shump got into the passing lane. An easy opportunity there.
Now the Knicks are going to look at the last one because it's the final 2 minutes. Or the refs, I should say, are going to look at the last one. They've asked the refs to look at it to see if it was off Davis. It didn't appear to be, but on all out-of-bounds plays in the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter and all of overtime, the officials can look to see who last touched it.
Just kudos for Shumpert, though. Watch how much ground he covers on Big Baby coming into your screen. You don't see him yet. Look at that. Big Baby meandering with the dribble, trying to dunk it. Shumpert able to get in and strip it away.
I don't think it hit him. By that play, it didn't appear. Shumpert with two just tremendous defensive plays. Yeah, I don't think it hit him, Clyde. I think it's going to stay Orlando ball. It's a big call right now with 1:02 remaining here in the fourth. If you're just tuning in, Knicks led by 25, 2 minutes into the third quarter. We're playing some of their best basketball of the season, just hammering the Magic. And they slowly turned it around. Yeah, that's going to be magic ball. And then Carmelo Anthony sprained his ankle with about 7.5 to go in the third. And the Magic slowly chipped away. Raymond Felton then strained a groin here in the fourth quarter. He's not going to return. The Magic have cut it to 1 several times, but have not been able to either tie it or get the lead.
Yeah, because of Bargnani's prowess. Bargnani's been popping, stopping and popping, coming on the perimeter, delivering for the Knicks. JR's defense, and now Shumpert's D, keeping the Knicks in the lead, but the Magic will have it now underneath.
So Orlando will have it with 19 to shoot, 1:02 left here in the fourth. Knicks clinging to a 4-point lead. Harris to Davis. Davis an open jumper shot won't go. Chandler is fouled by Vucevic. They're not in the penalty. They had a foul to give. And now the Knicks will take it out of bounds.
His fifth, first in the last 2 minutes.
Jacques Vaughn, the young head coach, is 38 years old, seen his team with a magnificent comeback. Will it be enough? Final minute here in Orlando. Knicks up by 4. Flower putting on the pressure on Udrih. J.R. Smith pulls back. 7 to shoot. Smith on the drive. Inside. Is it deflected? Yes. 4.7 to shoot as Smith tried to get it into Chandler. Take it out of bounds. Bargnani the fake, try to get some contact, shot short. Chandler throws it back out to Udrih in a new 24. And another terrific play for Chandler. Looks to be wise to hold it out. And there's the foul. Udrih will go to the line as they're in the penalty.
Timely rebounding by Chandler. Let's take a look at how he's able to get open.
This is 13th rebound of the game.
He has the inside on Big Baby and then just jumps over him to get the rebound.
Now, Udrih has only taken 12 free throws all season. He's hit 9 of them. And Conley hits that one to make it a 5-point game.
That sends the crowd headed for the exits now.
This time steps up and hits a pair. Remember in that Milwaukee game, he was 1 for 2 down the stretch, but hits 2 clutch free throws right there. Udrih gives the Knicks a 6-point lead. 26.7 seconds remaining. Magic ball when we come back. Tonight's game summary brought to you by Hyundai as the Knicks trying to hold on and win this in a game they led by 25 in the third quarter. Outscored though, you see the numbers in the second half. 2 key injuries, Carmelo Anthony and Raymond Felton. But the Knicks right now leading by 6. As Orlando will take it out of bounds. Tyson Chandler made some big plays, 10 points, 13 rebounds. Here in the fourth quarter, it's been Bargnani and Shumpert with big plays. Bargnani on offense, Shumpert on defense.
Obviously, the Knicks don't want to foul here, and don't allow them to get up a 3-ball. Force them inside of the arc.
Harris comes across. They lob it into Harris in the corner. Smith on him. Back out of Flalo. Hits a three-pointer with Bargnani in his face, and it's a 3-point game. Now the Magic they're going to have to foul right away, and they do against Udrih with 21.3 remaining. And Mike Woodson is red hot. And whoever didn't guard that play on the threes mad at J.R. Smith.
You got to get up and contest. Force him inside of the arc. Right here, get up on him. Get up. See, he's waiting.
That's still a tough shot. You got a 7-footer with a hand up there, but
force him to dribble inside.
And Udrih hits his 3rd straight big free throw. Udrih now 7 points, 6 assists. And then Udrih clutch at the free throw line. It's back to 5, 21.3 remaining. Jameer Nelson. Fouled by Chandler. Knicks are looking to give up any 3-pointers. They had a foul to give. And used it well there. Now 15.5 remaining. Jacque Vaughn will call timeout. What a wild game tonight here in Orlando. As the Knicks just trying to survive and head home with a victory.
Yeah, good perseverance, resiliency by the Knicks. Different players distinguishing themselves tonight. Shumpert doing an excellent job with his D. Bargnani making some big hoops. And Udrih clutch, as Mike alluded to, down the stretch from the line.
Of course, we got the Tri-State Ford Knicks postgame. Bill Pito back in the studio with the guys, Alan Hahn and Wally Szczerbiak. Much to talk about as the Knicks. They've been, ever since they snapped that 9-game losing streak, they've alternated wins. They're 5-5 since then. Coming off the loss to Memphis, trying to win their 9th game of the season. Mike Woodson has he's paced a lot of miles on the bench here tonight. Harris will inbound. Flalo looking to get free. Bargnani, good ball denial there. Back to Harris. Chandler against him. Harris the runner. And foul by Chandler with 11.8 remaining. The 2 free throws could make it a 3-point game again. Well, this one's certainly not over yet.
Yeah, the 2 things we alluded to they shouldn't do. Don't foul. Don't allow them to get up the 3-ball. The previous possession, they let them get the 3-ball. This time they foul.
Harris from the line tonight, 4 for 5. He's got 12 points. From Islip on Long Island, Tobias Harris came over in that trade from Milwaukee. And he hits 2 clutch free throws. Now Mike Woodson will call timeout. And that's the Knicks' final timeout. The Magic are out of timeouts, and we'll take one as well. 11.8 remaining. Knicks by 3. Nick Ball when we come back. And some Carmelo Anthony Syracuse fans here in Orlando having a good time. They saw a game that's turned into a thriller. 101-98 Knick lead, 11.8 remaining. I don't think Mike Woodson looks at it as thrilling. His team up by 25, trying to survive and hold on. Again, Both teams out of timeout, so the Knicks have to get the ball inbound. They'll obviously advance the ball. Neither team with a foul to give. And the Magic will send the Knicks to the line if they get it inbounds. So it's Shumpert, Udrih, Smith, Bargnani, and Hardaway out there for the Knicks. Shumpert will inbound. Here we go. 3-point Knick lead. Udrih trying to get free. Can't get free. Shumpert holding. Now gets it to Udrih. Udrih dribbling it around. And Udrih fouled. And he'll go to the line with 9.5 remaining. And again, the Magic do not have timeout, so they can advance the ball with a timeout. Chandler's going to come in for defensive purposes. Breno Udrih has hit 4 straight free throws here in the final minute.
Still need more. Need to can a couple of more.
And certainly at least one to make it a 2-possession game. And Udrih makes it 5 straight clutch free throws for the veteran Udrih. For his career, he's always been a good free throw shooter, 83%. And with Felton going out with the strained groin, Udrih has stepped up nicely. 6 for 6 from the line for Udrih. Magic out of timeouts. Knicks wisely trying to make them take some time off as opposed to just letting them bring up. Nelson throws it up top. Davis puts up a 3. That won't go. Rebound tipped by Shumpert, and that'll do it. And the Knicks survive and get the win here in Orlando. Despite a couple of key injuries, despite nearly blowing a 25-point lead, the Knicks will head home with a much-needed victory on the road.
Yep, heroes abound tonight for the Knicks. JR stepped up, Shumpert with his D, Chandler with his bounding, Udrih, ice water in his veins from the free throw line. But this was a big play right here. Shumpert in the passing lane, giving the Knicks breathing room.
That's tonight's Major Energy moment. Major Energy, the exclusive gas and electricity partner of the New York Knicks. A huge steal from Iman Shumpert. Bargnani with big baskets, Udrih clutch free throws, and J.R. Smith one of his better games as the Knicks hold on and beat the Magic in Orlando.